Hello everybody. I know I haven't uploaded any videos in a while. I've been busy with work and working on my building amongst a few other things. I want to thank Ray's Fab Shop for what you see here, the metal part. He cut this out for me on his plasma table and sent it to me. So again, thank you. So I wound up using this as a template because I wanted to backlight it. Now, I cut this out of acrylic. Now I know a lot of you will say, well, why is that white? Discolored against the clear. Well, it's diffused. That way the light spreads a little more evenly. What I have back behind that is a 2812B RGB LED, individually addressable. You can find these on Amazon. There's a seller on there that goes by DIY Mall. You can go to Amazon, or you can go straight to the DIYmall.com website and purchase them from there. Now, along with that is the driver board. Now, each one of these parts you have to purchase separately, which is no big deal because they're not that expensive. This is the Esp-01 LED driver. You've got your 8-pin I/O header and a 2-pin power connector. On this model, the pin closest to the 8 here, the left pin, is your ground, and the pin to the outside is your 5-volt in. Now, this is a 5-volt module. Do not try and power it with 12-volt. You will fry it. Now, what sits in that I/O port is this. It's an 8266 Wi-Fi module. This does have to be programmed. That way you can tell it how many LEDs that it will be changing colors. Like I said, it does have to be programmed. And this is the programmer. It's the Esp Programmer. You can also purchase this off of Amazon along with all the other parts. And they all come from the same vendor. Now, once you purchase the programmer, the module, the driver, and the LED, you will have to run a program called Arduino IDE. You can download it for Windows or Mac. And you, like I said, you will need it to program this because you have to change a couple of settings on it. One of them is how many LEDs that you have either on your ring, because they do have different sizes. They have 12, 16, 24, 35, 45, and up. Now, 2812B also comes in strips, LED strips. They have different pixels per meter. And what I mean by pixels is the actual LED. This is considered a 16 pixel LED. In your programming, you'll see where if you scroll down, it'll ask how many LEDs you have. You just type in the corresponding amount and you're good to go. Also, while you're in there, you will have to set up a Wi-Fi name and password. Now, this will be connecting to your phone if you have a phone capable of doing hotspot. So, on your phone, if you plan on doing that, you will have to key in your SSID for your Wi-Fi and your password that you set up for your hotspot. Once you do that, you upload it and you're done. Now, once you're done, you take the module and you plug it into the 8-pin I/O port, just like so. Don't plug it in this way, it will not work. Plug it in this way, where the board hovers over the other board. Now, if you notice, there's 3 wires coming off the side of it. This is your data port. Okay, this is your ground and your 5-volt power in. Excuse me, your 5-volt power out, not in. Input power's over here. On the back of your, if you get these, this will be a little confusing, but there's 4 pin connectors here, not 3. So here you got your DO, which is your digital out, your ground, your 5-volt, and your DI, which is your digital in. Why they call it a digital in, considering this is analog, that's their problem. So what you would do in this situation, now you can go about this a couple of different ways. You can take it and solder it directly here, or if you do like I did, you can also purchase a 3-contact wire, and you can extend the reach of this to however long you need to. This roll was roughly $16, but like I said, it's 3-contact at 100 feet. So I've got more than what I need, which I plan on using more of it on a different project anyway. So your yellow wire, let's get back to this, will go to your first contact if you're holding it in this orientation to your far left. Your red wire will go to your 5-volt, which is the second contact, and your ground goes to your third contact. Now, if you have a couple of these, connected, the DO, digital out, analog out, will not power, so you'll have to piggyback your power off of here, not connecting your first pin, unless you plan on running it in a different fashion. Now, you can daisy chain them to where you have, one here, one there, or you can run them in series. Yeah. And if you plan on doing that, series connector, you run 2 wires here, 2 wires here, 2 wires here, and you go out. Now, if you're running them parallel, you hook your main 3 wires up off of your unit to the first 3 pads. You come off of the last 3 pads using the DO, which is your output, to connect to your next one. So if you wanted this to light up, then the next one to light up, and so forth, use your DO. If you want them all to light at the same time, on this ring as well as the next ring piggyback off the DI. That way they both run in sync. Now I haven't tested to see how many of these you can run in that fashion, but you can try and experiment yourself and see how it works out for you. So what I planned on doing with these parts is actually backlighting this. Now, like I said, you do have to have a phone capable of running a Wi-Fi hotspot so you can actually connect to your Wi-Fi module. Let me go turn mine on. Power the unit. Now, once you set everything up and you have your hotspot turned on, sorry for this. Once you have it connected, you'll notice you have an IP address of the connected unit. So what you do is you make note of that IP address. Type it in your address bar and it should pull this page up. And as you can see, it's connected and it's working fine. Now on here you can change your brightness, the intensity, to where it's barely on. And you can turn it up. Also, you have different effects loaded into the software itself on the browser that you can access. And you can stop it, start it, and you keep hitting your play button. As you can see, it changes the effects. You go from there. You can speed it up, slow it down. Like I said, change the intensity on the brightness. And stop it on the one that you like. There are different ones. So, like I said earlier, you know, the reason why it's done in the way it is. Sorry, let me stop that. want nobody having any seizures. But you get it to the one that you like and you go from there, or you can do random, change settings, and just have fun with it. Now, I will be posting another video on what I put this on, just so you can get an idea of the reason why I wanted to backlight it. Like I said, I do plan on start uploading more videos soon. I still have a few things that I need to get done, but this right here to me was important to get out, and also to thank Ray's Fab Shop. I'll have his channel linked in the description below with all of the parts that I've used for this project, so you can either join in and have fun, or if it's something maybe you want to use on, you know, other things either in the house or outside. Now, I will tell you, these are not waterproof, so if you plan on using them outside, you may want to encapsulate this unit in something waterproof, watertight. That way it doesn't short out and burn everything up. The LED itself is also not waterproof, so no IP rating on it. You can make it waterproof by, like what I plan on doing with this, is concealing it in some epoxy and making sure it's 100% waterproof on this part. Also, on the back of this, those solder pads will come off, trust me, if they are flexed too much, just like with any other electronics. So once you have it in position where you want it, try and stabilize it to where it's not moving around and causing your wires to jar and tear your soldering pads loose. You can epoxy over it, you know, once you have it in place, and you're done. You know, just make sure you 100% waterproof these if you plan on using them outdoors. I plan on it, so y'all be seeing exactly what I have it on later on down the road. So for now, thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day. See you soon.